What's up, my Vina loves? This is Vina D coming to you all from Vina Team News. Cynthia Bailey's husband, Mike Hill, did an interview in October of last year, on a podcast called Behind the Velvet Rope. The episode was recently released and the videos were posted on YouTube in January. And then a part of the podcast and that interview went viral when Mike Hill was basically talking about how he and his wife went and celebrated their anniversary, and then they had an argument, and the argument was so bad that he said to himself, I don't think we are going to go past the 2-year mark in our marriage. Click the very first and second link in the description below to see the 2 videos I did on that topic, because I want to move on to what he's saying now and his new clapback. I'm telling you, Cynthia Bailey is married to Peter Thomas 2.0 / Portia Williams' fiance Simon, because these long books and dissertations they be writing on social media, child. God bless them. But anyways, Mike Hill is now responding to the interview and all of the headlines that's going on. Now, I'm aware that I posted the sermon video of Mike Hill reposting the preaching and the caption and all of that, but this response is different. In this response, he actually reposted the interview and responding to the interview directly. So this is no guessing or allegedly or maybe. No, he's directly responding to what happened. And that's the reason why this is different from the earlier video I did. Because you can tell when someone is sending subs here and there, and you can piece things together, but it's different when they actually say the person name and say, I'm talking to this person. So basically that's what's going on here. So let's continue. Mike Hill been in media for so long. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly the reason why he said what he said in the interview. He knows exactly the reason why he fell back and watched the media go crazy and put him and his wife's name all over the blogs. And then the moment no one is talking about it anymore and people have moved on, now he wants to respond, because he knows his response will put him and his wife back in the media. People will go and start searching Cynthia Bailey, find out that she's on Big Brother. Exactly. So Mike Hill knows exactly what he's doing. This whole I exposed my marriage, but now I'm shocked that people are talking about what I exposed act. It's like, stop it, Mike Hill. You knew exactly what you were doing. Nobody asked you about trouble in your marriage. You volunteered the information because you want to be transparent. So why are you shocked that people are taking what you said and doing stories about it? You told us the story. So this whole people are turning my positive moments into negative. You've been doing this thing for a long time and you knew exactly what was going to happen. In one of the segments of the interview, he was talking about how, celebrities and public figures always want perfect image, and life is not like that. And if he and Cynthia Bailey are going to be role models, then they have to, basically show every side, and that every side is one of those things is the fact that, people argue in relationships. I'm like, oh my goodness, shocker, Mike Hill, people argue. Whoo. My first time hearing that. I'm just like, here, no relationship is perfect. No one is perfect. Marriages, dating, whatever. People have ups and downs. Arguments happen. So what are you saying here, Mike Hill? But anyways, let's go ahead and entertain him and continue to listen. We argue. Matter of fact, we argued a few days ago during our anniversary, and then he goes into the story. Go ahead and listen to the video I did. I have posted the link in the description below. The people who be like, oh, I don't really like the spotlight. Like, be the ones who are the most attention seeking. So let's go ahead and get into Mike Hill caption. He's basically talking about the image that people are choosing to use as the thumbnail is hilarious. This story is too. Cynthia and I, sent, of course, and I getting a chuckle out of it at least. I'm glad we actually have a solid relationship, or it may have been different. I wasn't going to even address this because it's so silly. And by the way, this interview was done in October. But after thinking about it and taking a social media break, I actually want to use what many want to make a negative into a positive, hopefully. You volunteered information. You volunteered the negative information. When you make the choice to put something about your personal life out there, you have to understand this part comes with it, because most of the stories that I saw on this, no one just flat out lied on Mike Hill. They repeated exactly what he said. Of course, there's always exception to every rule. There will always be someone who just go too far with a story and start twisting and turning and flipping things. But that's why I said majority. Also, I'm not saying everyone gets to talk about what Mike Hill said. And the moment he defend himself, oh my gosh, Opie Mike is clapping back. No. That's the title of his book, Opie Mike. Mike Hill has every right to clap back. I'm simply just reporting that he responded, and that's it. So I'm not saying we get to do all of these videos and he doesn't get to say his piece. I'm just saying, if you are saying, I want peace and I don't want the negativity and I don't want this and I don't want that, I want the turd, then probably you said what you said in the interview. Just move on with your happy marriage and relationship and all of that. Constantly talking about it and defending it, you're not really helping the situation, because at the end of the day, no one just got up one day and say, hello everybody, Mike Hill and Cynthia Bailey are heading for divorce court. You open your mouth and say that information. And I completely understand what Mike Hill is saying. I thought my revelation would help another couple, to let them know they're not alone, that we too go through this and the third. I understand where he's coming from. I get it. But just because you have money doesn't mean you're no longer a human being. Okay? And I get it. We have young people out here. They see the Instagram models. They see the magazines. They see the music videos and people on TV and this and the third. And little girls be like, oh, I wish I looked like her. She looks so perfect. I completely understand his point of saying, you might see me on TV, but I'm just like you. But anyways, let's continue. We see too often where public figures aren't their authentic selves in the media, especially social media. I'm all for someone protecting their image, but I also advocate for people to see, basically talking about being authentic and all of that. Okay, I'm going to jump around because this caption is very long. Seeing these perfect images displayed all the time is not only unrealistic, but can also be very dangerous. Does Mike Hill know who he's married to? He's talking for himself right now, not for his wife. His wife present this perfect image, even though I'm sure Cynthia Bailey isn't where she's not perfect. She have her moments, but even in the moments where she's not being perfect, whenever she noticed that she's not being seen in that perfect love and light, she would then try to blame somebody else for the reason why she's behaving that way. And the list goes on and on. I do not have to get into it. If you go to the RHOA playlist, you will see all of the videos that I've done. That doesn't mean that I'm coming for Cynthia Bailey. Yes, Cynthia Bailey, I'm sure, is an amazing person. I'm sure Cynthia Bailey is love and light. But you can be love and light. It also have your moments, okay, by telling people, okay, don't let this love and light fool you now. I will use these model legs and kick you if you try to roll up on me like that. Don't play with me. That right there is what makes you an authentic. All of that is the mixture of everything. Okay, you get the beautiful side, but I'm also a human being, and you get this side of me. And let's continue. Seeing these perfect images displayed all the time is not only unrealistic, but can also be very dangerous. We are seeing this play out in the news every day. That they are not alone, and that some of the people that they admire or even associate with have some of the same problems. One of the things I love about he tagged his wife, Cynthia's and I relationship is that we ain't gonna sugarcoat. We ain't gonna tell you all our business, but we ain't about to pretend it's perfect. We ain't gonna tell you our business, but we ain't about to pretend it's perfect. We're just perfect for each other. We fight like any other couple, but like you'll hear in the clip, what we have is worth fighting for. Obviously, I understand the media. I know they need clicks and readers. I also know many people will believe some of those headlines. It's cool. In the end, we know the truth for this and other stories, and that's all that matters. However, like I said, this particular one took, what I hope would be a good message and vulnerable moment and made it something salacious. That's not cool. So instead of letting the narrative be controlled by some listening at what was actually said, the whole comfort and how it was said, at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to be real. The most real thing you have said. You. Stop dragging Cynthia in the whole we're not perfect. Your wife is the epitome of make me look good all the time. And when you don't make me look good, now I'm mad because the other side about me is being exposed. And what Cynthia is missing is that other side about you is what makes you, because it shows that you have layers. It shows that, yes, I'm pleasant, I'm love and light, I'm classy. However, I'm also a human being who have real emotions. At the end of the day, I'm going to continue to be real, and even if it means me taking some arrows, so be it, as long as someone is being helped by it. I did say that in my review. I said, hey, it doesn't matter how the interview is being handled or taken. As long as he helped somebody from it, that's all that matters. I'm protected by him, meaning God. I know that. So regardless, my joy and my peace is intact. Of course, what everybody say at the end of every, when they don't go out there and talk too much. I love my wife, and God will decide when it's over. We pray and work to make sure it never is. God will decide when it's over. I know that could mean so many things. Until death do us part, you know what I mean? That could mean whatever you want to interpret it as. But in the argument, in your mind, you said, I don't think we're going to make it past 2 years. Then you said in the same interview, I will continue to fight for our marriage until it gets to the point where I can no longer fight. Something along those lines. Then you're the one who keeps talking about over. Fighting for this, fighting for that. Enjoy your marriage, live in it, go through your ups and downs, and what will be, will be. You keep using the word over and you keep being focused on that. And every time an argument happens, I don't think we're going to make it past 2 years. Then it's going to happen. Lastly, I wish Michael and his wife, Cynthia Bailey, absolutely nothing but the best. And I do wish them happiness, love, and light, and all of that. I know that no marriage and no relationship is perfect, but I do hope that them staying together will always be because that's what they truly want, and not because they're trying to prove the I told you so people wrong based on whoever history, okay? Because going into this marriage, there was a lot riding on it. You have people saying things like, well, Cynthia, you're about to be his third wife, and he said that he always cheated, and this, that, and the third, and Cynthia, he's about to be a second husband, and all of these different things, and you are ignoring the red flags and all of this, and they still got married. So I do hope in all of the fighting for your marriage and being there for each other, that there's some form of happiness that remains over the years and not We are just hanging on by a thread because we want to prove all of the people who said that we were not going to make it. We want to prove them wrong. Even if that motivates the both of them to stay together, I hope that is still deeply rooted in love. Never stay because of what they or people are going to say. Everyone deserves happiness and to live an amazing life, even during the ups and downs and hard times. And I wouldn't wish unhappiness on anyone. And I won't suggest anyone staying together just to prove a bunch of strangers and naysayers wrong. So yeah, I wish them the best. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. And here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.